What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. This should be a later. The past couple of videos have been up somewhat earlier than usual. I mean, around 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. I think the Ubers one was even 5. So it's gonna be normal time. Shout outs to Camden for the team. He hit me on Discord with this. Speaking of Discord, generally I don't accept them on Discord, but I was like, fuck it. Maybe you didn't know. Combine Zeraora. Oh, excuse me. Before we begin, remember to go to the Discord. Link is in the description. In here, you can learn all things Pokemon, and we're here to help. That's what the Academy is for. It's free to join, and also has a feature where you can join groups based on your rank, and you can go in there, ask questions, and you get to decide what the Academy looks like. So you won't see all these channels. Well, you will see these, but down here, all that you get to choose based on the tiers you're interested in. So definitely go join that, and then we're gonna get into it. Also, quite a few of you guys have been like, the article, I finally finished that, and it's not a it's not a light article, or I'm calling it an article, but it's not a light thing. It's weird. I've been feeling very weird this week. Not because of the article, I don't think so, but I don't know. I can't really put. I know we dropped quite a bit yesterday, and so we're gonna have to grind back up. That's why it's some more serious looking team. We're gonna be featuring Kama Zeraora. Quite problematic versus my opponent, especially if I manage to iron hit the Clefable once, or just manage to belly drum once, belly drum plus, or weaken the Corviknight. We'll see. Quite a few outs, but it's not gonna be simple. But we're gonna gear to Combine Zeraora here, aiming to set up versus likely Corviknight. We're gonna try to remove that Clefable's item early. So if we left to right analysis, Hippowdon is gonna be a defensive wall versus the Conkeldurr primarily. Stealth Rocks are going to be a must. That way, if we do opt for the Belly Drum Como away, we can probably knock out Corviknight from that range. Depends when we find out what kind of Corviknight it is. Corviknight being removed does open up Excadrill as well, and so that applies quite a bit of pressure on the Hippowdon. We're going to have to get some damage off on that, but I'm sure Drill, actually Drill might not be his go-to. Zeraora can do it as well. So again, gonna slow play it bit by bit. I am wary of Toxapex. Amanda Buzz guards against 1, 2, non-toxic, 3. So we're gonna have to be very careful of the Toxapex. But yeah, we're gonna gear up for a so Clef lead ideal because I know he won't switch, and if he's Life Orb, we outspeed, remove his item. I'm actually not supposed to be this fast. I'll leave it. So what we're gonna do is phase 1, remove the item as he is Life Orb. So that's gonna hurt quite a bit. The fact that he's Life Orb is good for us, because that means Zeraora upon Calm Minding just straight wins, unless it's a like Scarf Bond Gengar, as he's just moon blasting away. I'm gonna let the timer wear down a little bit. The timer isn't on because I know he has the flamethrower, but perhaps he's wise enough to know, okay, well, I need this weekend, so I'm gonna roost again. Let's see what he goes for here, and he asked for Thunder Wave. Confused there because I'm guessing this person just didn't assume that I go to Drill, which is odd. Maybe he doesn't have Flamethrower, as he just Moon Blast hard. So I'm going to take that as I don't have Flamethrower turn. And so what I'm gonna do is pivot to my Hippowdon here, because I don't want. So we're trying to set it up for Zeraora, right? Right now, obviously, he's going to go to either his Hippowdon or his Corviknight. Even if he didn't switch, it covers both. And if he opts to U-turn here, we get up rocks and have him U-turn, take up Rocky Helmet. So yeah, I think even if he's Spadef, he'll die now. As he opts for Clef, It should not be able to 2-hit kill my Hippowdon anyway, but I don't want this to be too low. Yeah, it'd be a waste of a turn. So a Moonblast, it's not predicting or anything along those lines, and so that crit will matter. It'll matter. Just debating what my setup fodder would be, because I do need Conk to be somewhat weakened for my Zeraora to straight sweep. And so we're just going to okay, Hippowdon's Rocky Helmet mid-ground. Okay, I'll take that. Drill weaken, but Hippo if it remains at that health, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna rocks, but he slacks. Basically what I'm aiming for is a situation where I mean, if you assume specs, like right here, freeze dry would just destroy him. Freeze dry would just straight destroy him. But the Hippowdon healed smartly enough, and so I'll just slow play the game. I don't want Toxapex in without punishment though, so what I'm gonna do, he actually goes to Corviknight, so unless it's a Brave Bird set, yeah, he's gonna get punished for this. I don't need my speed, but it'd be nice, because now I'm gonna get to hit his Hippowdon, which again isn't that big a deal. He goes Pex, which I think was a huge misplay. I don't know why he went Pex. So he gives me Pex, unless he's gonna yeah, that was a huge misplay. Why would you pivot Hippowdon there? Huge misplay. He just lost. I guess he just didn't know what to do, because the first couple turns of his like game was very like weird, but especially with the clef and the like. So I'm like, well, I guess maybe he's not assessing how problematic like the mons I have are to him, which is, you know, again odd, unless it's a Scarf Gengar. At this point it's over. And really, if he goes to Conk to Mach Punch, yeah, it'd be over anyway, because I Drain Punch all the health back, unless he has like Dazzling Gleam or something. That would be gone, and then at that point you're fodder for my Zeraora, whether it be physical or not. I mean, he was already Zeraora fodder at that point, so very odd. But we are lower, and you know, some of you guys made good points. They're just like, damn, just use some real teams, ladder up. I try to keep it somewhat interesting each live, because one, I just upload straight OU except on Sundays. That's 6 days a week, and you know, I know a lot of you guys aren't having the most fun with the current OU meta, so me running Hippowdon, Drill, Sand, picking up wins, I think people would enjoy it, just because people like watch me for like my thought process and stuff, and so I'm sure people would enjoy it. In fact, the videos that are about serious bonds do better than more gimmicky sort of videos, but very similar strategy in this one. Very similar strategy in this one. Even more so doubling down on Como, I think. I think Como in versus Mandibuzz might just be a straight win. This might just be a straight win, so I'm gonna double down on Como. I like Zeraora to do something if push comes to shove. Ideally, it would be doing something versus a weakened Como, and for me to weaken Como, I think I'd need Drill destroys him too. Upon SD, Drill 6-0s. Como bears a lot of weight versus my team. Yeah, and he doesn't deal with knockoff very well, so that's weakens his Mandibuzz, and then at that point he's Kyurem fodder, Choice Scarf Kyurem fodder. So we'll see how he manages his pieces. One thing that I really need to re-up on is assessing what is I'm weak versus, and so, you know, I do one half of the equation, what can't he guard against, but I don't do the what can I guard against. And, you know, looking at it now, definitely Chandelure. A potential belly drum on his end could be very problematic as well, so I need to be wary of that. Zeraora, if mixed, very, very problematic, and I should be able to deal with Aegis Slash fairly comfortably. So we want to make sure that Seismitoad doesn't get out of hand, and his Chandelier doesn't get out of hand. So while I don't like this as a lead versus Seismitoad, it's actually excellent because he gives me Ferrothorn, Aegis Slash early, or likely Como or Mandabuzz's item early. Mandabuzz matters less so, but that would mean whenever I get up rocks, he'd have to go to and if he opts to give me the leftovers, choice specs, choice band, whatever on his Aegis Slash right now, that's one less ice beam switching. Once I get the stealth rocks up, again, gonna be difficult to get them up, but because his ice resists aren't things that can recover each time Kyurem comes in on Mandabuzz, it's looking like a field day. Very weak to specs Kyurem. I'm Scarf, but very weak to that, and so I won't allow Hippowdon to take a ton of damage because it sets up Drill. Drill doesn't have a lot of setup fodder, and so I'm gonna have to play it out just like. So he does opt to give me the and the fact that he did that, that means he's likely choiced spell tag. No, I'm tripping. I do that all the time. And so Knock is free. He could what's it called? King Shield. Actually, I just don't want to give him a free switch. I do want knockoff here. Actually, Roost is correct. If he goes to Mandabuzz, again, we already established having the Mandabuzz item isn't the biggest thing, and this also allows for us, because we're gonna remove the item anyway. Now he could be toxic. I haven't seen a toxic variant quite some time, but if he's toxic, I don't really have a switch in to begin with. I'd have to pivot to Zeraora and give that up. So I'm gonna assume that likely U-turn, generic Mandabuzz, right? And so we've received 2 items thus far, and now the Chandelure gets to come in and claim 1. We don't have a fire resist. However, I think the conditions are met for us to sweep anyway, and so I am going to give up a Pokemon here to this, and it's likely going to be it's gonna be Zera, because he also could not be choiced. I've only seen the specs variants, but Zera is the weakest link for sure, and he opts to trick. Maybe I'm not sure why he trick. Trick helps him. Well, he probably has overheat if he doesn't have psychic, because ideally I'd have wanted him to knock out Zera, we belly drum and just sweep him, right? But we do have other opportunities. You can potentially set up on Zeraora. We're now choice Scarf, so that's something that, you know, he obviously doesn't want to see. But either way, trying to think. He got leftovers. If he goes Toad. Toad's actually a really bad switch for me, so I'm actually gonna opt for Kyurem even if he stays in. I didn't expect him to go Buzz, but now he's gonna definitely give me a hit off on the Buzz, which is gonna open up my Drill a lot. Again, no Drill setup fodder anyway, and this likely has foul play, and so, you know, he's obviously not gonna want to switch in on a potential choice specs Kyurem, which 2-hit kills everything on his team. Well, it doesn't 2-hit kill Chandelure, but yeah, it's gonna just take our damage and allow him to U-turn. So he foul plays, which gives me Buzz. So that at this point he just doesn't have a ground immunity, assuming he sacks this. But Buzz is also low enough to where I don't have to predict. The only thing that can come in on my Excadrill that can threaten it out would be his Jolly, right? Would be the Zeraora on an Iron Head, and obviously Zeraora isn't doing shit to me with a choice Kyurem and a. So as for the Chandelure, again, we're gonna have to learn. We're gonna have to find out. Zeraora always the weakest link. I'm surprised he went Shandy, not knowing anything about my my Kyurem, because I could have, like, based on the damage, I could have just been an Earth Power variant. And so likely doesn't really matter. She's Flamethrower. Again, don't really want Seismitoad in Flamethrower. I mean, he could have Psychic. I've seen it. I've not seen it with Trick, but it's certainly an option. And well, what I can do is, rather than double down, so I'm gonna do is just Grass Knot here. Didn't really matter if he went Mandibuzz or not. He's shown that he's foul play. So what he's gonna do is Roost. I don't think he breaks my sub, and so unless he's Clangorous, which would really suck. That would really suck. Not because I lose to Clangorous. I mean, he's rocks. I haven't seen Clangorous in so long. I'm gonna drum. I haven't seen Clangorous in so long. If he's Clangorous, I can win even if he's Clangorous. Even though Bulletproof, so Iron Defense. Okay, so this isn't ideal, but we're gonna get a good chunk off. I'm guessing like 50%, 44, 44, and then we had to do this. So I'm gonna assume I'll definitely take a belly drum. I mean a body slam, body press from 79. Wow, how embarrassing. Now this does mean Drill just ravages. Unfortunately though, man, that's really whack. And so now this makes things a little trickier, especially because I don't know what his Zeraora is. It says Yasser Aegis Slash. Aegis Slash is a non-factor. If he keeps switching around, because Buzz is gonna wall his entire team to death at this point. I'm free to just Roost. Buzz just walls the entire team. There's really no point in him. Keeps getting Spadef drops. Just frustrating, but he gives me Aegis Slash, which is one less ice resist. So Rocks Up plus Ice Beam does ravage his team. I've been saying ravage a lot. We could have killed the Mandibuzz. The point of me Grass Knotting there was to cover Seismitoad coming in, because I didn't want Seismitoad in versus Zeraora locked, because then something gets toxic. I didn't have anything that really wanted to take it. So my ideal situation was it is what it is. Okay, that's dope. That is dope. He's been sacking Mandibuzz left and right. Now he could go to Overheat. I still don't want anything toxic. I'm gonna Grass Knot here. Him going Mandibuzz again, a non-factor. Always gonna make this read, and so likely you turn. So that's fine. Yeah, so that's the Drill range, and so if he opts to go for the Toad, I'm gonna just Stealth Rock. That way that way I don't need this to be at full for any particular reason. I just need it to be able to get up the sand as he opts for the Toxic. That's a good play. That's the good play. And now Kyurem just cleans up Kyurem and Drill. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to deal with Roxar and Kyurem as well. I'm pretty sure he's gonna lose Buzz here, and the moment he loses Buzz, we just Earthquake away. And then he's actually so he gives me Como. Como is solid too. Forces the Mandian, the Shandy, and then we can finally sack off the Zeraora, who's been just doing his damn thing this whole fucking time. So we're gonna get 25% off the okay, go Zera. You gotta CC if you have it. Thing is, Zera is the one thing left that can beat. Nah, that would be a misplay. Gonna go hard my Zeraora. He's CC. I mean, he could be Grass Knot as well. I really want to pivot to my drill here because I feel like it covers everything. If he double CC is cool. Like, I can't have Mandibus come in. I lose way too much momentum. I lose just way too much momentum. Now he can't switch. He can, but I don't think he will because rocks are up and he can't have me SD or he just loses. And so at this point, my goal is just to beat down that Seismitoad. And how I'm gonna do so, I'm gonna go hard Buzz. Hard Buzz item remove because he has to go for Scald or Earth Power, whichever he has. Ideally he burns me, but Earth Powers. He could opt for Zeraora, but because he switched it out last time, that lets me know that he's likely not able to touch Hippowdon. And so item removed as I get Toxic here, and we're just gonna keep chipping this down until it's drill range or until it's Earth Power KO range. And so we'll just knock spam. Scald 15%. Yeah. So he double switches to Chandelure, which didn't really help. And so now we get to go hard Hippo, and that's game because now it's checkmate with drill. If you double switch, doesn't really help. Yeah, it's checkmate with drill. And so I can just earthquake because I removed your item and you just lose to extra drill now. Alright, so we played the end game fairly cleanly. I don't like giving people openings. One thing I do like, underestimated the fucking Como. One, I didn't think body press would kill me, but I certainly didn't think Drain Punch would do that little. And so, you know, obviously Drill's gonna clean up there. Scarf Curum did his damn thing, and we're gonna find our last game. That gives you, excuse me, clearly a difference in the outcomes of the game. One, we're lower on the ladder, but also if I have the tools to like maneuver around, because generally we'll have like two, you know, kind of non-factor Pokemon that can't like we can't switch it in on much. So that'd be a Rapidash or a Raichu or something. And so we're essentially playing with 5 monsters, which I don't mind, especially if the thing that we have is offensively threatening. And here's another game where Zeraora could do his damn thing, particularly if I can knock his Rotom's item off. Or more so, is the Como can't get past Togekiss. But I really like Choice Scarf Kyurem in this one. Kyurem just all around would have destroyed him. Like I expect Kyurem just to chew him up. And because Ice Beam switching is only Rotom, that opens up my Zeraora every time. And once Zeraora Calm Mind is on that, unless a Toxic variant, bada bing bada boom, destruction. Secondly, we have Extra Drill upon Swords Dance does destroy the team with Earthquake up. Hippowdon solely guarded against nothing. It's gonna be sand fodder unless it's a Scarf Togekiss. I'm just not muscling past that, and Togekiss is actually quite problematic. So my 3 offensive threateners are gonna have to overwhelm that. Buzz guards against Gengar, Buzz, and Hazard controls to a bit. Buzz is gonna be important though. Buzz is gonna be what we're gonna use to slow chip. We gotta be careful though, and again we gotta assess what's problematic to us. Again, Togekiss, potentially Gengar, depending on what it sets. Like a Nasty Plot variant could be annoying. Certainly Rotom, and I think that's what I'm gonna be doubling down with. Come on, and like exactly, this is exactly the turn I wanted. because what this allows for me to likely remove his item. I doubt he's gonna go for a Volt Switch because of the Hippowdon. Now if he gets the Volt Switch off, no matter what comes in, I get to knock, except Mandibuzz. Excellent. I was more than willing to make that trade. And so what this allows is for us to go to Hippowdon hard, get that sand damage off on the off chance that he Volt Switches. And how do I want to play this out? The Hippo doesn't guard against anything, but the Buzz could Stealth Rock stall. How important are Stealth Rocks to me? So I'm gonna pivot to Mandibuzz here. We do need this whittle down, so we're gonna remove the item on this because two Kyurem switch-ins are now chopped, and so Officer Spikes. I'll let him have it. Hippowdon is far more important. And Alrus has Leech Seeds. Toxics are problematic. Oh, he body pressed. I'm surprised by that. Okay. Alright, so let's play the rocks game. Unfortunately, the sand's gonna wear off. So his body press, rocks, Leech Seed probably are here. I'll have to defog eventually because it's too much damage for Kyurem to take. And maybe he doesn't have Leech Seed. Yeah, so I was saying like should have used Leech Seed ages ago. But this does open up my Zeraora quite a bit, and so you know it's one of those things where it's like, you know, not ideal, but I'll take it. And so this leaves me in a very tricky spot. I'm gonna have to make a few plays and just determine what I want to sweep with. Leech Seed again would have been the correct play, but because he spiked, it lets me know, well, maybe he's not thinking that far ahead. And again, I don't want to see heavy duty boots on Togekiss because that just shuts down everything. And so what I'm gonna do is actually substitute here. He goes hard Togekiss, and I do see he took what's it called? He took the damage, and so we're gonna find out here if he's Choice Scarf, and he is Choice Scarf. Excellent. We needed that information because now Zeraora cannot beat Ferrothorn, but Excadrill is problematic. Cannot be 2 KO'd, and now I get a KO. Unless he goes to, doesn't matter. If he does stay in, good play with the Gengar. That was ballsy. Because I could have just Iron Headed hard. But Gengar is gonna, since it's Scarf Togekiss is highly unlikely that it's a Scarf Gengar as well. I just need so many things done, so it's like it's rough. And I want Spikes gone, but I also want Rocks up, and so I'm gonna have to sacrifice some pieces. First piece is gonna be Hippo. I'm gonna go on the offense now and start picking up some KOs. First piece is gonna be Hippo because Excadrill forces too many kills, and so what I'll do here is Earthquake. I'm pretty sure Ferrothorn will be his initial, so I kind of want him to go Ferrothorn. If he goes Mandibuzz, I was like, Mandibuzz just doesn't make too much sense to me. But again, this is something I can't afford to deal with. Ideal situation is me defogging here. But again, I'm gonna go on the offense and attempt to destroy him now. What do I do with my opponent? So Iron Head here. Get the flinch there. I think Rock Slide will knock him out from here. Yeah, and so we get one more turn of sand hit, which is a big deal. Big flinch, right? Big flinch. And so now we're gonna force Zera. I'm trying to think what can damage me. I need some damage. I mean, he kind of has to go to We'll see. Because everything he can go to, if he goes Rotom, takes around the rocks, that's Ice Beam range. If he goes Pharaoh, excellent. He could pivot to, I think I only need rocks. I only need Iron Head damage here. No. What would be the worst case? If his Rotom gets to come in, is that big a deal? He would have to. No, I don't think it's that big a deal. So I get the hit off on Ferrothorn, which is a big deal. And now I get the opportunity to defog. But I think I'm just good with. Let me think. So I could go Coma O, sub up, hit the Togi. Togi comes in, Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Ice Beam. I think that's the right route. I force Togekiss in one more time. I think after one more, he dies to rock. After a Drain Punch. Because what I'm trying to do is end game it with Zera if possible. Don't think body press broke the sub. This Quake here doesn't matter. But now we force the Kiss in. It doesn't die after the hazards. Not die after that. You know what I'm trying to say. It survives and comes back. Dazzling Gleam. And so right here, I'm pretty sure there's no way. Like, I'm pretty sure there's no way for him to prevail. Because Rotom's the only thing that can take a hit from my Zeraora left. Well, I guess that he can hacks. But he can't kill Kyurem, and I can 2-hit KO his Rotom. So I should be healthy enough to where I can come back in if push comes to shove and sack Mana Buzz. That way we don't get it breaking down to a air slash game. And I doubt he'd switch anyway. Maybe he thinks that I don't think he's scarfed. I guess if he was gonna do that, but I mean, he'd be passing up a free kill on Kyurem if I am. And I'm pretty sure he's assuming that I'm physical, so he gives up Gengar. And again, this is what I'm talking about. If he opts for Seismitoad, then Zeraora, yeah, you can't KO me if he's toxic, unless it's like Pain Split or something. That would be annoying, but yeah. Even if he overheat hit there, I don't think overheat from an uninvested Rotom would be doing nearly enough anyway. And then you have to go to Seismitoad. And Seismitoad would allow me to defog, and then Kyurem would just come back in anyway. So it's not a 2-hit kill. It should. Oh, he Earth Power. Yeah, it's game then. It's game for sure. That was a misplaced staying in there because he could have knockoff. And he could have crit me there. That's actually a misplay. I should have switched to Buzz. Buzz defogged and then just Gucci. So that's game. But yeah, 3 solid games as we come back. I'm gonna be, just getting the points back using more serious teams. And I hope you all enjoyed this one. Scarf Kyurem came through. CM Zeraora, I think in all 3 games could have destroyed, but we're just kind of keeping it until the time is right. But yeah, thank you all for watching today. It was a good one. I had a blast. We ended up around 17 something. Yeah, we're just gonna keep climbing all the way back up to the quality of games, because that's something I don't like. And I'm back to practicing. I got a good game in today. because I'm done with the why do I always do this? I am done with the article, so definitely go check that out. Like, that's for any player. Again, it's a heavier article. If you are faint of heart, I wouldn't read it, because there's no turning back after you've read the information. And yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.